So I have designed your drone jet, your drone plane.
Great.
And it will take 700 resource points.
Okay.
And 700 hours. But there are ways to cut down the hours.
Yeah.
It's room sized in terms of, so therefore everybody could be in it.
Okay.
I don't think it would be very spacious. You couldn't walk around in it much, but you have enough for enough people to sit in it and carry some things. Mm-hmm. It can fly slowly as well as fast.
Okay.
An airplane cannot do that.
Okay.
So your drone thing can slow down. And also it has vertical takeoff and landing.
Ooh. Yeah.
So that seemed like it
nice.
Matches your plan.
Yeah.
Before telling me that you've changed your mind, at least let me describe the fire canister for you.
All right.
It would be body transformation fire at remarkable.
Yeah.
It would be remarkable materials in order to hold it. In your case, you don't have to pay for materials because that's already built into the thing's body score.
Okay.
But in your case, it would.
Fair enough.
And then, and that's all it has to be. And so therefore it would be 600 resource points and 600 hours.
All right.
And that would give you a fire source that's usable simultaneously with your power. And has the proper containment to keep it safe. Okay. I would actually like to pick up with almost exact play from where we were. So rather than have any kind of time skip, we can continue with certain necessary things. And one of them has to do with with the executives, whose names are Bengt, Stefana, and Josef. And that's who you are have been talking with when they made their robot racist jokes without realizing how insensitive they were. But of course, as we played a little bit, but I want to kind of play through it a bit more, you find out about this incident, which has occurred with Kevin. And so...
Is this after they have run into and it disappeared?
Yes. I am playing at the point when the group that Mura is talking with, they receive the report, or people tell them what has just happened, and everybody is confused and babbling and trying to keep the data banks from frying any more than they already have.
And they never went there when it's happened.
They were across the complex.
Okay. Yeah.
And they didn't even know about it. It did happen very quickly.
Yeah.
So the responses that they're extremely worried. I mean, they were just talking with you about the necessary means of protecting this place. They were just talking with Moore about exactly how to do that, when there is clearly this violent breach of some kind. So what they're really desperate for is they need to demonstrate to various authorities in this confusing web of jurisdiction that Christian just explains to me.
Oh, I was
what
just
would
starting.
Be necessary? Yeah, well, started to explain to me about all the necessary things that a data center like this would mean in bureaucratic terms in Sweden, which seems like it's going to have a manual about this thick.
Yes,
and these executives are extremely determined to minimize the They don't want to activate every piece of that manual to come in and override all the things that they have going on. So, but the first thing is physically what's going on. So, so one of them, I'm going to say Stefana, starts going off on whether this security apparatus is going to be activated, or whether which personnel are no longer allowed on the complex until this is covered, the extent to which the what grade of weapons is the private on-call security firm going to be allowed to have given the nature of the breach. Stefana has a legal mind and is stating all of these things in detail. And this is in the offices where you have been talking with these people. On the other hand, Bengt is going to apparently panic and be very upset and just not really be able to process what's going on and practically just start pleading with you, shut it down, go, fix it. Josef, who is, all of you have been speaking casual Swedish. I just want to give a little bit of, let's see.
Yeah, these are Swedish.
Well,
execs.
That's actually a good question. Bengt is Swedish. Stefana is from Eastern Europe somewhere, although she speaks good Swedish. Josef is apparently Arabic, and he speaks accented Swedish.
Yeah, so they are like immigrants to Sweden.
You're going to have to do some rolls to figure out the ins and outs of that. It maybe they're just very professional and have learned Swedish. Josef is not a native speaker, for example.
But then neither would Stefana be.
That's harder to assess.
She less heavily accented.
Yeah. Oh, she does have an accent, but who knows? It could be a family one. Mm-hmm. It's hard to say. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to go deeply into their family histories right now.
Yeah, it's not important.
Right. I do want to say that they are behaving in different ways. Josef is the one who kind of says, well, let's go see what's going on in a sort of sensible way. And gets on his telephone and starts demanding a proper report instead of these confused alarm calls that he's receiving.
Assessing the situation by ourselves would be the
and
proper
so
way to start.
He's busy. He's quickly talking with different people on his phone, and Stefana kind of snaps out of it and starts going with him. And Bengt is he's not hysterical, but he's very scattered, very, very scattered about everything at this point. So, will you go with Joseph to go see what's going on?
Yes.
Okay.
But before I leave, would I say to probably Stefan, we should probably bring up surveillance footage of the incident. Should you have any?
Mm-hmm. Well, she starts getting to work on that.
Yes, but I'll come back to review.
Mm-hmm. She says, "I'll send it. I'll send it to."
Excellent.
I'll share it.
You have my contact. My contacts.
They've punched you into their little specific encrypted, contact group with each other. Probably the security chief or whatever is also on there, and something like that. So anyway, the point is you're headed over there, and just when you get to where the incident was, what's going on with you? You have the fellow who is very grateful to you because he has finally realized that he would have had a cardiac incident without you. And then you have the people who are very carefully and safely isolating that particular bank from the others. They have to do that electrically, most important at first, and then digitally. There's a big concern about what actually happened to data. So that's what the techs are doing, but people are, asking you, you got the best look right? And they all saw the person. They saw a person on the floor. They only saw him re-electrify and fade away. They did all that, your attack on him and everything when he was actually mining the data banks. You're the only person who saw that.
Yeah.
What are you going to tell them?
Because I disappeared, right?
You were invisible
I
when
was
it hit.
invisible.
Right.
So, but no one would have seen that. But did they see me when I came back to? Because I went.
You should tell me when you became visible again and how. But remember that these are people who are easily confused and stressed.
Yeah, true.
Even if you just rematerialized in front of them, they might not really process that you did that.
Yeah, I think.
I'm just saying the minimum caution would be absolutely enough.
Yeah, I think I would tell them.
And remember, this is more or less what it looks like.
Yeah.
So.
I think I would be really like, yes, well, of course, I saw that something was wrong and I immediately acted.
Was the guy just lying there?
No, I saw that he it was suspicious and he was messing with one of the systems or the computers, and I saw directly that was not someone that should be there. So I just confronted him, and I really said to him that you cannot do this, and I was really, and then he got scared of me and he disappeared. So that's of course.
Popularity? No, is this a popularity check? You made that popularity check before. They respect you. I think that's at the moment we're gonna ride on that roll.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. In other words, you provide a bunch of blatant lies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what the group of you will encounter when you get there. And what will you do to handle this?
First off, I will do an assessment on is there any immediate risk of these server units overheating, catching fire? Because heat control.
Mm-hmm.
So the fire and heat.
Okay. Well, the techs are working on it, but a certain amount of damage was done. And if you want to make absolutely sure that doesn't happen, then yes, you should roll.
Yes, I will.
Because especially there could be wires burning out or units burning out that you can't see, right? That people can't see.
With the naked eye.
Yeah.
But I can.
That's
Exactly.
right. Mm-hmm. Will you spend karma on this roll?
Actually, I think I will.
Okay. Remarkable.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Good thing you did.
yeah.
So that's a 14. I need
Just a green
36.
success would be fine. Yeah.
36.
Right. So you need 22.
All right, I shall cross off 22.
Right. Exactly.
They will provided big columns.
No,
so
I
you
think
can,
that's pretty important.
yeah.
Yeah, I think they figured
thought
that
about
out.
it.
Yeah. It's like those Tunnels and Trolls experience, right? You need for that you need a pamp, you need a scroll.
The receipt machine.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right. So here we have you do so, and this is a visible effect. People can see that you are using powers, right? To send the techs are saying, "Oh, the temperature is stabilizing," and all the rest.
Let
of
me
it.
make sure. Okay, yes. Okay, power spikes going over there. It's all under control. Extra coding on that unit, please. And just making sure,
Okay.
we should be under control now. Yes, that one is damaged beyond repair. For the cooling, you should not spin it up right away until you have replaced the fans and so
Excellent. Okay, so you do good hero stuff here. And I should make sure that I give you a little bit of credit for that in your karmic record. I'm sure I'm not the only person to have called this tracking sheet that you make for playing this game the karmic record, because that's the obvious name for it. Right. So, you don't get to see that, of course, until the end of the chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So, with all that in mind, you are handling this pretty well, but right in the middle of doing that, one of your pneumatic joints pops off.
Oh no.
And that piece that you had just been thinking to yourself could probably use a review, or maybe you should replace that in, sooner rather than later, you thought a bit ago. Compromise is worse than you had thought. And so the effect is, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's...
Is this my random encounter?
Yes, it is. Body part needs a real upgrade or replacement inconveniently. Right? So at the moment, I'm going to say that you're going to be receiving like a need for yellow results when you should have used a green for things related to physical activity of that kind, of some kind.
Okay.
And that, so it's not, and you're going to now have to make an endurance check to see whether you take any damage.
That is for like stuff that reuses my arms, essentially.
Say that again?
Is that for like rolls that uses my arms, essentially?
Yeah. And actually the way it would work is actually I do damage to you, and it's not that big a deal. It's actually just excellent damage. And so I'm not going to make it monstrous or something like that. So let's do some damage to you, and the question is whether you want to spend karma to reduce my damage roll, my attack on you.
I think I will.
Okay, so I got a 32, and I needed to get a 41. So you will only lose 10 karma. So by saying to spend it, you're going to spend 10 no matter what.
All right.
That answers your question from before. What if you succeed, for example, with your roll? Let's say you were trying to improve your roll with karma.
All right.
You say, I spend karma, and you make it. Then you still have to spend 10.
All right.
So it's the same way the other way around.
Unless you spend up to the next level of success.
Separate thing.
That would be the subtopic. Right? We're staying basic in this kind of thing.
A more interesting topic for me then, as a follow-up question is, if I say I want to spend karma, although I roll a 1 and I can't possibly reach a success with the karma I have at hand, do I still lose that karma?
It's easier to learn it when it happens.
All right.
Yeah. So now I'm going to say that, but the trouble is this is kind of embarrassing. Here you are, like, taking care of everything, and right when everybody's kind of nodding, okay, oh good, this is a good thing, right? Then all of a sudden it pops off, and you're sort of like 40-year-old industrial nature is especially obvious, right? It's kind of like embarrassing that your sort of primitivity. It's like your hubcap came off.
Yeah,
right.
He doesn't care.
Right.
Yeah.
But it means that we have canceled we've finished out your red result for your popularity.
All right.
You're going to have to make a new popularity check the next time it's necessary with these people.
All right.
And they cared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but
that
cannot work.
Mm-hmm. So that is what has happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, or rather, Ailyn, what would Kevin like to do here?
In like reacting to what?
Well, you're going to be questioned fairly carefully. Everybody who has presence at all is questioned very carefully. And in this particular case, we are going to note the possibility of you being implicated from the security person's point of view. Very suspicious fellow, obviously. And
What was the word?
implicated.
What is that?
That's when they think that you would be a person of interest for
Oh,
a
okay.
crime. It seems your story of somehow other people were saying, yeah, the guy was lying on the floor. He looked like he was knocked out or something. It's like, those were some very harsh words you must have spoken, Kevin. Right? So,
Criminals just lay down when I speak.
exactly. So the question
Vicious
at the end of the fictional week is you're going to have to roll popularity to see whether you get charged.
Because I'm a bit concerned about maybe if there's some footage of this, that would...
Well, it's a little tricky because your invisibility would not mean... I don't think that the footage would show you fading out of existence.
Okay.
I think what it would basically say, oh, we lost that guy, or he stepped out of shot or something. So Kevin was out of shot for a moment there.
Yeah.
And just a little bit after that, the guy went down.
Yeah.
They can see that he collapsed out of the... They can see him mining it. And you get to see this too, right? You get to see this. And it's at this point that Bengt just gets make an intuition roll. That's all there is to it. He's making less and less sense as we go. Oh no! Right.
No.
5.
Right. So
Okay, you are a freshened human being.
All right. Now you are being questioned in this, so you and it's Bengt who's hovering around throughout all of these things, and just before he excuses himself, make your intuition check.
Okay. I don't know what.
That's intuition is there.
Oh.
You have incredible intuition.
Okay.
With a 28, incredible does not quite make it.
One step wrong.
Okay. Both of you fail to notice when Bent excuses himself and hurriedly is pulling out a different phone from his pocket, which neither of you notice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shouldn't necessarily have told you, but it seemed fun.
That's fine. It was the scene just changes over to him I'm gonna be the government.
Shaded close up on him.
Yes, and he looks terrified. Okay, so that's that. Okay, wait. There. While you were late at night, having endured your late night surveillance, a car prowls the street and stops or slows and stops in front of that house. Stays for a while. I don't know if you're going to do anything.
Take the register.
Okay, excellent.
Actually, she obviously, in this resources allow you to buy a camera, but she obviously has a camera in her phone, like everyone else. So probably will take pictures of this, document it.
1984.
But the camera is super expensive.
I know. I know. Cell phones, and nobody had them. And no, the fancy thing then was a phone in your car.
Yep.
With the same cord, right, to the wall of the car, right? That was fancy.
But you would probably have, as Silver Lansen, probably a separate phone. A burner phone, essentially.
Absolutely, yes.
But
that makes perfectly good sense.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're using modern culture.
Yeah.
You get a picture, right?
So we're not limited to just knowing 80s tech if you have poor reason.
Yeah, they mentioned that as the definition is you understand normal 80s technology.
Modern tech, yes.
Yeah.
2026 tech. Yeah. That's sort of funny. Yeah. Huh.
I just noticed that yesterday.
That'd be pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Yes, it would be fine though.
All right, so now we have you getting the register. After a while, it takes off again.
Mhm.
I mean, it pulls away slowly
Mhm.
and leaves. Okay. The name of the person who was released
Mhm.
is Willie Noor, Nohr. His wife's name is Carolina.
Willie
Mm-hmm.
and Carolina. Yes.
You will find that the car is registered to a friend. A car is registered to a fellow named Ulf, and who's make up a last name. I forgot. I didn't do it. And Ulf is an associate. You're able within hours if you go and you obviously have home access to the police stuff, even if you're not supposed to.
In Sweden, register information is public. You can go and have
That's
websites.
oh, really?
The
That's
ownership
right,
of a car is public.
Okay. Well, that's easy enough. I'm talking about the fact that he's a known associate of Willie's.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a police matter.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Unless
So-
it's on Facebook.
Well, that's possible too.
Open source
That's possible
intelligence,
too.
whatever.
Oh, right. Make a freaking reason.
Sure.
Check. Wait, karma or not?
Yes, karma.
Okay. And you get 100.
Yeah, so I do spend karma.
Right. But you also got a red result.
Yes.
Okay. You get through both police information and through the Facebook, social media, and everything. You get the whole 9 yards on this, which is that Ulf was a character witness for Willie, but did give a statement that he was really worried about him. Ulf really didn't want him to get released. Ulf said he should be getting, he's my friend, right? He can get help, etc.
We can save him.
Yeah, we can save him, and on the other hand, the fact that this guy is a high-powered lawyer for specific business interests, as I mentioned, it's mainly because others are scared of him that he could actually do some high-powered legal damage, even through associates, to quite a lot of people in town. I mean, business interests, not like, well, who knows if he has nasty blackmail too? He probably does.
Oh, yeah.
So in a lot of ways, this guy
And
kind of
if
thought
not,
of
he will
himself.
make some shit up and make it stick.
Yeah, and so basically, he kind of thinks of himself as bulletproof.
Uh-huh.
And in this particular instance, got public release when he probably should not have. The police administration wasn't happy about this.
No.
They had to get ordered.